If your futures trading strategy feels solid, but your timing still keeps failing, the problem might be what you don't see. Bookmap claims to change that, showing what's happening behind the candles in real time. But can this best futures trading software actually deliver? Well, I tested it for months, and here's what I discovered. So, when I started researching what's really going on behind the 4.6-star rating of Bookmap, I didn't just skim the top reviews saying the best stuff. I dug deep into what people complain about most, mostly because that's where the real story usually is, like all the negative things that can pop up from time to time. One guy posted that while Bookmap looks fancy, it comes off as overpriced to him. He specifically called out the add-ons, saying that they were far too expensive. He didn't feel confident committing without even knowing if it was actually worth it in the first place. And I get that kind of thing, especially if you're newer and you're still exploring what works best for your trading style. The idea of locking into a tool without a full trial is frustrating. That said, I think we also have to look at how rare this kind of complaint is. I only saw a couple of comments like that, and we don't know if this guy even reached out to support or researched more. From my own experience, this Bookmap community and the support team here are surprisingly responsive. And worst case scenario, if you buy something that doesn't work, your credit card company will help you reverse it. Now, on the flip side, many users seem to be getting a trading edge with this futures trading software. I saw another reviewer, and he said flat out that Bookmap gave him a real edge. He talked about how the Discord, especially the Traders Lab section, became an unexpected goldmine for him. He called out Tom B specifically, saying that his mentorship helped him grow, not just technically, but emotionally as a trader. And another trader said he's only 3 years into learning futures trading and called Bookmap an essential tool. He'd tried a bunch of stuff before and said most of it was just noise to him. But Bookmap, that became a core component of how he learned to actually understand what was happening in the market. So yeah, a couple users felt the cost of add-ons was a barrier to them, but overwhelmingly, most serious traders felt like they got more than they paid for, especially when it comes to live mentorship, deep market understanding, and practical education, among the many other tools that it has here. But okay, now let's dig into what actually makes Bookmap stand out among the crowd, because this isn't your typical charting software. It's not just prettier candles or more indicators to throw on the pile. If you want the best futures trading software that changes how you read the market entirely, this is where it starts to get interesting. Okay, let me begin with what I use almost every day now. Trading directly from the Bookmap chart. I'm not just watching price action and clicking around like in most platforms. With Bookmap, I can literally track every order that's placed, canceled, or executed, and place my own orders directly on the chart with that same level of precision. This has changed the way that I scalp and time entries. Instead of guessing if a level is real support or just noise, I can see the liquidity shift in real time. And if you're using a different broker or trading app, no problem. You can still link your account to Bookmap and monitor all of the orders visually. It feels kind of like driving with the dashboard uncovered. Then there's the multi-book tool. So this one honestly took me a second to appreciate, but once it clicked with me, it felt like kind of a cheat code. Multi-book basically takes trading data from multiple exchanges and merges them into a single stream. Instead of just seeing what's happening on one futures exchange, I can see the bigger picture, aggregated volume, broader market pressure, and hidden liquidity pockets all on one clean chart. Now, let me tell you about something that really simplified my workflow, the add-ons manager. So this might sound small, but it used to be a headache downloading jar files, setting paths, manually adding custom tools. Now you just open the add-ons manager inside Bookmap, click what you want, and boom, installed. It's smoother, it saves time, and honestly, I find myself experimenting with more tools because of how easy they made it. But the feature that really screams institutional level is the Bookmap Quant solution. If you're at a prop firm, HFT desk, or maybe you're building algo strategies, this is where Bookmap gets serious. You can integrate your own market data, build custom indicators, even run Bookmap completely offline. It's made for trading rooms that need maximum flexibility and the airtight security that you need. I haven't used the Quant suite personally, but I've seen it in action and it's another level. And yeah, there are automated strategies too. If you're a coder, the Bookmap API lets you design and plug in your own strategies. Want to automate based on liquidity shifts or large lot detection? You can do that. It's the kind of open framework that grows with you the deeper you go into futures trading. Now, trading from the DOM feature is subtle, but when you're making fast decisions, it's a huge edge. You don't have to trade from the visual chart. If you're more comfortable using a traditional DOM column, you can still do that while taking advantage of all the other bookmap features at the same time. And honestly, that's what really ties this all together. It's the flexibility and how everything fits together into one workflow. Even just exploring the entire bookmap knowledge base gives me a much deeper understanding of how market makers operate, how order flow can signal reversals, and how to read large lot activity like a blueprint. It's not just a software, it's an education platform baked right into your trading tool. And when you compare it to something like TradingView, you'll get a completely different philosophy there. TradingView is built for chart watchers. Bookmap is built for order flow traders. If you need to understand why price is moving, not just where it moved, Bookmap gives you a layer of visibility that you simply won't get in traditional platforms. But Bookmap isn't the only best futures trading software I use to ensure profitability in my trading career. Take Profit Trader is another game changer that I use. Now, this one is a bit different because it's not just software, it's a futures funding program. But I bring it up because of how smoothly it integrates with Bookmap and other trading tools. So first, they support multiple platforms, including NinjaTrader and Rhythmic feeds, which makes it easier to pair with Bookmap if that's your main charting engine. But what makes Take Profit Trader special is the rewards system. They don't just evaluate your performance, they reward consistency over time. That structure feels way more sustainable than the typical evaluation reset loop you see in other prop firms. I've been using their Pro Plus plan, and the perks are actually noticeable. Faster support, expanded payouts, and better scaling. It's made the whole evaluation to funded journey less of a grind. If you're looking to combine powerful software like Bookmap with a legit shot at scaling up your capital, platforms like Take Profit Trader are also definitely worth a look. But it's finally time, so let's talk about what isn't perfect with the software, because, no software is. The first time I actually opened Bookmap, I was kind of overwhelmed. There's just a ton going on. Heat maps, volume dots, liquidity bars, order book columns. It took me a good couple of sessions to stop feeling like I was flying a spaceship. But here's the thing, that complexity is the edge. If you're used to basic charts, Bookmap is gonna feel like a leap, but once it clicks, it's hard to go back. So yeah, not the most beginner-friendly tool out there, but I wouldn't want it to be. If it were simpler, it wouldn't do what I want. So, is Bookmap the cheapest futures trading software? No. But is it reasonably priced for what it offers? I think absolutely. This is one of these platforms that I use where I think the value really becomes obvious over time. Just like one good trade that maybe you wouldn't have caught without Bookmap's visibility could pay for a full year of access. If you're a casual trader still figuring things out, it might feel like a big investment, but if you're serious about trading futures, tools like this aren't optional. They're part of the edge. And yeah, they also run promos and bundles, so you can check the link in the description for the current pricing plans and available discounts, offers, and promos they have. So is Bookmap the real deal? Well, in my experience, yeah. It's not for everyone, but if you're serious about trading futures and ready to level up your execution, Bookmap is worth it. Check the link in the description of this video to get started with our special discount and coupon.